Okay, so the dollar just flew past resistance right ahead of NFP this week, and I think it's time we take a quick look at some markets and see if there's any setups that we could consider prior to NFP and potentially on Friday tomorrow, where we actually have NFP news coming out. So the first thing I want to look at with you guys is, of course, the US dollar, which, like I just mentioned, broke clean through resistance. Take a look at the 4-hour chart, and 104.8 on this massive candle, this obnoxiously large US dollar candle ahead of the news, showing signs that, okay, hey, things are looking a little bit bullish for the dollar. Let's take a quick look at forexfactory.com and we'll react to sort of what's been going on here today. Basically, we had ADP non-farm employment change come out today on Thursday, of course, the day before NFP. And so what does this mean, and what does this have potential for the dollar tomorrow? Well, it came out better than expected. In fact, quite better than expected, with a forecast of 152K with an actual at 235K. So what is this different to NFP? Well, this estimates the change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry and government. So it's like sort of an estimation before the actual numbers come out. And so they came out really red hot, which of course has caused the dollar to shoot to the upside and some other markets to react accordingly as well. So is this a bullish indicator for the dollar? Well, it looks like it might be. We've had a downward trend here for a while on the US dollar, and with this potentially showing some signs of a reversal going on, you've got this downward structure where we just had consistent lower highs for quite a period of time, and then the clean break here off of even the daily chart in today's price action. It's a pretty impressive reversal potentially for the US dollar. We'll have to watch what happens tomorrow on the actual news release, but my thought process is this. We've got a clean break above, and if we look at something like the 1-hour chart and we draw some fibs, we've actually got some clean long potential setups on the US dollar now. With some fundamental catalysts like this can oftentimes be an excellent thing for day traders to look to potentially join on a retest. Of course, my opinion would be we should see the dollar continue to climb higher off the reaction of this, and it's putting some pressure on other markets like gold and the S&P, which we'll go to next. So dollar, how far can it run? Well, if the dollar gets moving, we have to really zoom out to find key levels of resistance. And the next major spot I see is up here at 105.7 on the DXY, which gives us plenty of room to potentially see a movement up there. Now, of course, it could go straight up there without any pullbacks, in which case that would kind of be sort of you totally missed the move if you didn't catch it. But if we see pullbacks in between, especially before NFP, which we often see, we see consolidations prior to major news events, there may be opportunities to hop on a potential bullish trend that's forming here on the dollar as we speak. So there we go. That's the dollar. Let's take a look at something else. Let's look at gold. How is this impacting gold? Well, gold has fallen flat on its face, completely coming back down to the 50% retracement, as I thought we would get a bit of a reaction to, which we did. We temporarily saw a bit of a move at 1830, trying to hold support at that 50% retracement. We are looking at a 1-hour chart together. And so my thought process is this: if we break through, if we close bearish beneath this and the potentially last chance at the 61.8, if we close bearish in these areas, gold's looking ugly. In fact, that's looking like bearish reversal potential. I'm not totally given up on this idea yet. I think that gold, from a technical analysis perspective, still looks relatively healthy off the 4-hour chart. So we have a ways to go before we can just call this thing bearish. But the 50 and the 61.8 are certainly, in my opinion, the line of defense, the last line in the sand, if you will, for gold bulls. So we should see a reaction, in my opinion, off of this if the bulls are going to hold it. And if we don't, then for me, that would be a get out of the way. This thing could go lower kind of opportunity. So in my opinion, bullish in these areas, but with caution. So again, if you're looking at gold, in my view here, if you're catching this move, I think stops have to go somewhere just below structure. Probably around 1816 would be where I'd stop out completely of this trade, though the risk to reward is looking pretty juicy if we do actually catch a bounce in these areas. So my thought process would be bullish until proven otherwise, but bearish if we break through those levels. And again, this is just sort of being reactive to the charts, looking at what's happening in front of us. Right now, we do see price pulling back pretty aggressively. aggressively, though entering an area where we could find buy support. So that would be my thought process as we near the 61.8% retracement here today. That's the last line of defense for the gold bulls. And we can watch this on the lower time frames, watch to see if we get a reaction similar to the 50%. Again, we tried the 50, though it looks like we have compromised that area so far as price looks nearing the 61.8% retracement, with that 1823 mark looking like a potential last line of defense for the bulls to try and hold it here. So that would be my take on gold as we go into, of course, NFP tomorrow morning. We will be live streaming, by the way. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you want to tune into live stream. Also, we will be announcing that we're going live on Discord, and if you're not already in our free Discord channel, let me see if I can show that to you so that you can see what that is like. Inside of the free Discord channel, you'll get notifications from us, all sorts of trade ideas being shared and that sort of thing. And if that's something you're interested in, we'll leave a link in the description down below. Click that link and you can fill out the form to join our free community on Discord if that is something that you would like to do. Again, take advantage of that, and we'll also probably be announcing when we're live so that you don't miss the stream and we can take a look at stuff together live. So don't miss it. Take advantage of the free Discord. Yes, 61.8% retracement is where I'd say gold has got a hold, and if it doesn't, we're out of there. S&P 500, last one I wanted to look at. So I'm long the S&P 500, and I'm shaking in my boots here as we near my entry point yet again. So again, S&P 500 seeming to really struggle to break out either direction when it comes to this range that we've been in since the beginning of the year. Support and resistance holding very nice and just kind of chopping back and forth, 3,900 being the upper extreme, whereas that 38, 37, 80 area being our resistance point, if you will. I'm sorry, support point, if you will. So either way, if this breaks beneath, the S&P 500 could see a continuation. And in this case, I will just cut my trade for a loss if needed be. But that has not yet happened. We're still just sort of oscillating in a range. So I'm waiting to see if we can catch a breakout either direction before developing a bias. So there's S&P 500, and we'll see if we can get a break, especially on NFP, if we get some confirmation one way or the other, or if we're just going to stay in this range. We'll see. But like I said, I was bullish, seeing if we could hold this range, and my cut point would be if we break through that, I'll be out of the trade for a loss and gonna have to move on from there. So we'll take it one step at a time. And again, join us for the live stream if you have not already. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the Discord, all that good stuff. We're here every day doing this stuff and taking it seriously. And if that is you as well, then I invite you to join the action. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. It looks like you made it to the end of one of my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my content. It really means the world to me. And down below in the description, I put together some of my best resources for aspiring traders who are looking to improve. I've got some free downloads that could help you, some broker recommendations, and if you'd like to join our Discord or get access to some of our trading software, all of that will be linked down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.